Hello, hello, hello. This is Set Free from the Trap Ministry. I am on here to share. I'm on here to share about philosophy, the philosophy man, what man says about the Bible. Okay, the philosophy of man, what woman, what man says. You can't believe what people on the street, what people tell you about the Word of God. The philosophy of man is no good. What man thinks about the Bible, what man then came up with, the philosophy, the human philosophy about the Bible, what man thinks about the Bible. I can't go by what man say. Mm-mm. I can't go by what some came up with. Man or woman, they philosophy, what they came up with. We got two different glasses on. They trying to tell me what they came up with about the Word of God. No, no, and we don't get into foolish and stupid arguments. Philosophy is how you see the world. Everybody got a philosophy, but it's not from the Word of God. So I cannot allow man to pull me into his philosophy about the Bible. It says in Colossians 2:8, see to it that no one takes you captive through hollow philosophy, take you captive and through elementary spiritual forces of this world rather than Christ. So I can't allow man to pull me, to take me prisoner by his philosophy, because everybody in the world today got philosophy about the Bible, and it's not from the Word of God. It's a philosophy that they came up with. It's not God's philosophy. The Bible calls it high sounding nonsense. And we don't get into foolish and stupid arguments about the Bible. When you coming up with your philosophy, what you came up with, I'm gonna go by what Jesus Christ says. I'm not going by your philosophy about who wrote the Bible, who did all this. That is your philosophy, what you came up with. I'm not gonna let you take me captive, take me prisoner by what you think. I'm gonna go by God's philosophy. We got on two different glasses. Okay? So see to it, the Amplified Bible, see to it that no one takes you captive, that no one takes you captive with philosophy. See to it that no one takes you captive. It's right here. It's nonsense. See to it that no one takes you captive with philosophy and nonsense. Everybody got a philosophy in the world today, but it's not from the Word of God. Everybody got one. Everybody got one. Everybody has a philosophy. See to it that no one takes you captive through philosophy, through empty philosophy. Let me find it right here. Yep. I can't go by the philosophy of man when it comes to the Word of God. Yep, I can't go by that. It says high sounding nonsense right here. Do not let anyone take you captive with empty philosophy, high sounding nonsense that come from the human thinking, if not from the spiritual power of this world. So it's a lot of people out there coming up with what they think about the Word of God with the human philosophy. I'm not going to let you take me prisoner by what you think about the Bible, and I'm not going to get into foolish and stupid arguments. I'm not going by what you say. I'm not even going by what I say. And it ain't no opinion. It's philosophy. You didn't came up with something that Jesus didn't say, and I'm going by God's philosophy. We don't get into foolish and stupid arguments. The philosophy that you coming up with, that your human philosophy, you're trying to put your human philosophy up against Jesus Christ. I don't got to get into no foolish and stupid arguments about the Bible, because that's your human philosophy that you're coming up with. That's what you came up with. You cannot understand the Word of God from your human philosophy. So high sounding nonsense, human philosophy, and philosophy is how you see the world. Everybody has a philosophy, but it's not from the Word of God. So many people have came up with their philosophy on what they think about the Bible. They came up with their philosophy, and that's what Jesus Christ says. Do not let anyone take you captive with philosophy, with human philosophy and high sounding nonsense. They're not going by what Jesus said about his word. They're going by what they came up with. And I got a choice. I do not have to have a conversation about human philosophy, what you think about the Bible, and what you came up with. I don't gotta listen. I don't gotta get into no foolish and stupid arguments, and I don't got nothing I gotta prove. Nope. The same thing happened to Jesus Christ with the Pharisees. He didn't get into no foolish and stupid arguments with them. So many people are being taken captive by human philosophy. What man thinks about the Bible. Mm-mm. No, what man thinks. We don't get into foolish and stupid arguments. Do not let anyone take you captive. I'm not going to be taken prisoner by what you think, your philosophy, and what you came up with, your human philosophy. That ain't even from the Word of God. I, I ain't even going to have no conversation about that. Nope. See to it that no one takes you captive. What does take captive mean? Take you prisoner. There's so many people out there on the streets that try to tell you what they came up with the Word of God. I don't have to have a conversation with them. I don't even have to talk to them. I don't. I'm not going by what some man on the street corner tell me about Jesus Christ. And I'm not getting into foolish and stupid arguments. 2 Timothy 23. I don't got to prove nothing to nobody. I don't. You coming up with your human philosophy, what you think about the Bible, and I'm going by what Jesus Christ say. And it's a whole bunch of websites out here. The devil is on the move. The devil is in this world, and he's deceiving people from the truth of God every day. The goal of the devil is to deceive people and to keep them away from having a relationship with Christ. That's the goal. You coming up with what you got off the internet about Jesus Christ. I'm not doing that. You coming up with what you came up with. It ain't from Jesus. No, it's your philosophy, your human philosophy. You try to come up with your human philosophy, what you think about the Bible. See? And when you do that, when you try to come up with what you think about the Word of God, this is what happens. Mark 7:13.
According to BibleRev.com, and many such things you do. Mark chapter 7 verse 13, KJV, making the word of God of none effect for your tradition, which ye have delivered, and many such like things do ye.
So when you try to come up with what you think about the Word of God, you cancel it out. Who wrote the Bible? Who this? Who that? You trying to come up with your philosophy and trying to take people captive with your philosophy about who wrote the Bible. It's not this. That's your philosophy. It didn't come from Jesus. I'm not going to let nobody take me captive with their philosophy. Let no one take you captive. Let's see to it that no one takes you captive through hollow deception and philosophy, which depends on human tradition and the elementary spiritual forces of this world rather than Christ. The devil is deceiving people every day, every single moment. And when you try to add to the Word of God, you make the Word of God null and void. You cancel it out. So I'm gonna continue to go by Jesus' philosophy, not by what you say. And we don't get into foolish and stupid arguments. If I receive any comment, negative stuff on her, I'm just gonna block it off of her. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna let the people in this world and on these websites take me captive by their philosophy and what you think about the Word of God, your opinion and what you came up with. I'm not gonna be taken captive by that. I'm not gonna allow you to pull me in to your human man-made stuff that you came up with. No, you can't. You're not gonna take me captive. You're not gonna pull me into what you came up with. I'm not gonna go by what men say. I'm not gonna get into no foolish, stupid arguments. I don't want to have a conversation with nobody that's telling me that stuff. That ain't no nah. Mm-mm. No, can't have a conversation with them. Mm-mm. They don't want no Jesus Christ. No, they just want to they just want to tell you about their philosophy about the Bible and what they came up with. Then they get mad because you won't listen to their false teaching. I don't gotta listen to you. I don't gotta listen to nothing you're saying. Trying to take me captive, trying to pull me into your philosophy, what you came up with. I ain't gotta prove nothing. The devil is on the move and he's deceiving people every day, worldwide. The devil is whispering in people's ear and deceiving them. So many fake websites out here, they're being deceived. They're being deceived. The Lord's servants must not be quarrelsome. 2 Timothy 23. We don't get into foolishness with arguments. See, I'm looking through God's lens. I'm going by what Jesus said about his word. You coming up with your philosophy. We're going two different ways. You're going to believe what you want to believe. That's your choice. But I don't got to listen to you. I ain't gonna have a conversation with nobody about what they think about the Bible and what they came up with. No, I don't want to have that conversation. Mm-mm. Nope, nope. You make the word of God null and void for the sake of your tradition. And if I get any messages on her, any negative messages on her, I will block them. I'm not going by what man says about the word of God, what you came up with. I ain't doing that. You ain't gonna take me captive. You ain't gonna pull me into your philosophy, what you think about the Bible. Nope, ain't gonna work. I'm gonna continue to go by what Jesus Christ say. Yep. In Mark 7:13, you cancel out the word of God and you make the word of God null and void. So you can't take me prisoner with your philosophy, with what you think about the word of God. I'm like, I don't want to go by what you say. I'm gonna go by what Jesus Christ say. Bye bye.